will share with us later, because
It is only
thank you. It's already recording.
We're recording.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for reminding me. I usually forget to do that. But and then somebody reminds me. So this time it was you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for reminding me. Okay, so what we are going to do these next these next 4 meetings, 5 meetings that we are going to have. This is very special subject, okay, of slowing is very interesting. It's not something new. You will hear about it later through Mayan, but this slowing movement is not very, very new one. It is very old. Actually, it's from the 80s, okay? But little by little, it has been introduced in different aspects of life, in different parts in the world. And it makes us feel that things can be done in a different way. It's not that you are going to do the things in a slow way, but in a different and much more deeper, holistic, and humanistic aspect. And that is the main issue. And one of the things that we are going to do it too is in education. It's not we, it's all over the world. This movement is going and getting in more and more people looking for it. And there is another issue that sometimes we can speak about is less is more. Okay, sometimes you can do with very few things, a lot of things to do. And that is one of the issues too of the slow movement. I think that this last year and a half that we are all facing this pandemic of the COVID-19 brought a lot of new ways of looking at life. Okay, again, in our personal lives and in our professional lives, in our home and in our national and international lives. And I think that the slow movement aspect is one of those ingredients that we really need to make a real change, and in together with the other ingredients that from my point of view and a very personal point of view, to go into a real revolution in education, to go into a real, let's say, change complete. And I hope that we will do it for, to make it better and to make it good for the children, that they are the future citizens, but they have to start getting things already from now. So I will stop talking, because the one who should talk more is Maayan. And I will tell you about Maayan a little bit. Maayan Love is a facilitator and business development manager at the Fund for Innovative Education. This fund is working with us for many years, and we are very, very honored to work with them and to learn from them. And her previous position, she was a VP Business Development at the Hebrew University in the Innovative Program for Executives from Abroad. Nowadays, she's dealing with education, but you see, she's coming from something different than the word education. And that is one of the most interesting things that are happening in the world. We can do different things in a specific subject, even if you are not really coming from there, from your studies or things like that. So the most important, I think, change that has been brought up for the last, let's say, 3-4 years, but mainly the last year, is that we are in a world of a learning environment. There is no more teaching. It's only learning, and all of us are learning. So Maayan, we are wishing to learn from you Thank you for sharing with us and thank you for coming. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Judith. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you, Ira and Mashav, for hosting me, for hosting the Fund for Innovative Education. It's really very nice to meet you all. I'm very excited to see so many people from so many different places, and it's so interesting. My screen now is the most interesting Zoom screen that I had in the past year. So thank you for that. And I'm very happy to meet you. And before we start, I would like to challenge, maybe it will be a challenge and maybe it will be very, very easy for you. We will play a short game. I will ask you to, if you can, get up and take an object from the place you are at now, from the room you are in, and this object, with this object, you will tell us a little bit about yourself. And I will ask you to include your name and what you do in your job, in your education job. Okay? Very, very short. Go. You have 30 seconds. I'm counting. John, I see you're ready. Okay, great. Let's start. And we will just start and, let's see who is ready. I will go with the order that I have on my screen, okay? So Sam from Cambodia. If you can get out of mute, please.
Okay. What was that again?
Please introduce yourself.
Okay.
Your name and what you do.
Yes, thank you very much for having me here. I just surprised because I got a phone call from the Israel Embassy from Thailand for these opportunities. Yes, I am Sam. You can call me Sam, easy one. Yeah. From Cambodia, I am teachers, educators. I teach in primaries and secondary school teachers in Cambodia. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. I don't know how to say this name. Chiwin from Thailand. If you can unmute yourself.
Okay, hello everybody. It's nice to meet you all here today. And my name is Chiwin Watanasin, and you can call me shortly Chiwin. And now I have been working as a teacher at a primary school in Thailand. Okay, nice to meet you all here.
Do you have an object?
Now I'm teaching English from Prathom 1 to Prathom 6 or grade 1 to grade 6. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chiwin. Nice to meet you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
John from Kenya, I saw that you brought an object.
Hello, good morning. My object is this, a felt pen. I've just picked it from where I work. So I am Odhiambo John Otieno, and I am a teacher by profession, but currently I work at the Center for Mathematics, Science and Technology Education in Africa, based in Nairobi, that is Semaster. And my work is basically to train or in-service maths and science teachers, both at secondary and primary level. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Philip from Kenya.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. My name is Philip Mate, M-A-A-T-E. I come from the Center for Mathematics, Science and Technology Education in Africa. So my John is my colleague at work, and I in-service teachers. I'm a teacher trainer in-service teachers, both from primary school and secondary school, and specifically a biology, physics expert. So I train them in physics education. I have quite a number of objects. You said we pick one, but I picked quite a number. I have a book, I have a pen, and also I have something here, drinking water. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Vivian from Ghana.
My name is Vivian Azuma from Ghana. I am a professional teacher working with the technical institution, the Technical Institute in Ghana. I have risen through the ranks and I am now a vice principal administration for my school. For technical, it is a skill training for the youth. So we are into training the youth in skill acquisition, any skill at all, name electrical engineering and other things. That's what we do. So I'm currently the vice principal here. Thank you. And I have with me, I'm in my office, so I have a stapler here. I have my book ready. I have my pen also ready. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Vivian. I have Noor E from Vietnam. I'm not sure if I'm spelling it correctly. Yes, you.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Như Ý, and I'm come from Vietnam. I'm a teacher at high school, and now I have a notebook and a pen. Yeah, thank you, and nice to meet you, all of you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Claire from Zambia.
Hi everyone, my name's Mary Claire Mtemwa from Zambia. I'm a secondary school teacher, and the object that I have with me here is a piece of chalk.
Great, thank you very much, Mary Claire. Thank you.
Thank you.
Melissa from Montenegro.
Hello, everybody. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm from Montenegro, and I'm a math teacher. Currently, I'm at school and have classes. So if I'm not online all the time, you know, I have children I have to teach.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Rachel from Uganda. I'm not sure if you can see us. Okay, I'm going to the next person. If Rachel is coming back, we will get back to her. Mangala.
Hi, I'm Mangala. I'm from Mauritius. I've got a pen, I've got my notebook. I'm a teacher educator from the Mauritius Institute of Education, and I'm really looking forward for this course. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Michael from Ghana. If you can unmute, yes.
Yes, I'm Michael from Ghana, a head teacher for a basic school. What we mean basic school here, KG, primary, and then JHS, and in the Tema Metro of Greater Accra region in Ghana. And my work as an administrator, aside that, I also help in preparing the final year students in social studies for the BEC, Basic Education Certificate Examination. I have in my hand a mouse. I have in my hand my notebook here and then my pen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You are also teachers, so education people. I will just show you my object that I chose, okay? So I have this, oh, you can see, flowers, okay? So these are flowers that bloom at night and they make a strong, very sweet scent. So this is how I would like to introduce myself and what I like, because I like flowers and plants. Okay, thank you. Abigail from Malawi, sorry. Please unmute yourself, we can't hear you. Oh, we still can't hear you. Maybe you can write on the chat. I can't hear. I'm sorry, Abigail, I can't hear you. Oh, you are showing us your room. Okay, we are moving on. Thank you, Abigail. Tia, right? Jagiashvili.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Tia. I'm from Georgia. It's nice to meet you all. And I'm a PhD student of educational sciences, and I now work as a psychologist and a coordinator in primary school. And my object is a colorful pen, and I hope our meetings will be colorful too. Thank you for this good chance to participate in your project.
Thank you, Tia. Thank you. Ivana, Montenegro.
Hi, I'm Ivana from Montenegro. I'm primary school teacher, and my object is my breakfast, because I have a small break between two groups of students, and this is the time we use for having breakfast.
Thank you, Ivana. Enjoy your meal. Christiana Abalakwa.
I'm Christiana Blakwa. I'm a circuit supervisor. When we talk of circuit supervisor, I'm a professional teacher. When we talk of circuit supervisor, we have some schools. We break all the schools within the metro into circuits, where an officer takes about 8-7 circuits and then goes around to monitor teaching and learning, lays between the office and then the circuit, and then run inserts once a while for the schools. And if there are challenges in the schools, you help address all of them. And I have in my hand a notebook ready for the session and a pen. I'm calling from my home because unfortunately today I have some pains in my waist. So I was not able to go to work.
Okay, Christiana, thank you and feel better.
Thank you.
I have here, next one is Najiba, Azerbaijan, or Naiba.
Hello, Mayan. Hello, everyone. First of all, let me thank you, the organizers, for this unique opportunity, which provided at this really challenging times. I have almost 10 years experience as a teacher at the universities, and my main disciplines international law and human rights. I'm PhD in law. And currently, I hold the position of a deputy director of the Education Institute of the Republic of Azerbaijan. And my object is my monoblock, my laptop. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, everything is digitalized. So I think that I'm pretty sure that we will have an amazing experience during these upcoming 5 days. Good luck to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. And is there anyone that I missed because the screens I have,
Yeah,
okay, Charles
it's
from
me.
Zambia.
Oh,
Okay, yes. Silviana from Albania.
yeah, Silvana
Oh,
from
Silvana, sorry.
So it's okay. So hi everybody. I'm principal at a secondary school, but also I give lessons. So also I'm a teacher. So glad to be here, and I wish good luck to everybody. In my hand I have a pen now, and of course my papers. But I want to share my view of my office, that it is also with plants and flowers. So I like them. I like them so much. So I have to share my what I like the most. Thank you.
Thank you, Silvana. Thank you. Did we see you? Charles from Zambia? If you can unmute yourself, yes.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Charles from Zambia. I work for Ministry of Higher Education. I'm responsible for issues regarding policy on increasing access and quality of higher education, especially dealing with university education. I'm very happy to be here and looking forward to very productive interactions, both from the facilitators and all the other colleagues. I'm holding in my hand a mini router, which is enabling me have access to internet. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Okay, we have some people joining us. Did I miss anyone? Is there anyone that didn't speak? Nana?
Yeah. Hello, I am Nani Gogatishvili from Georgia, Tbilisi. I am a deputy director of one of a public school in Tbilisi, and I am a civil education teacher. I teach primary, secondary, and high school, and my object is this paper and pen that I need every day. Thank you for this opportunity, and good luck all participants.
Thank you, Nani. Anyone else that we missed? Okay, great. So we will.
I think.
Thanks, Nana. We've been colleagues for several years. I'm from Georgia too. I'm an English teacher in a public school, but at the moment I'm teaching English to students with special needs. And our school also functions as a resource school. And I've grabbed is a cup. And one of my students did it, and it's a gift from her.
Wow.
So I love coffee, maybe. Yes, but I wonder how she knew about that. I've never told about my coffee. The attitude towards coffee. For having me here, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, Tamar. Thank you. Okay, this is everyone, right?
Yes, my name is Rachel from Uganda. I don't know whether I can be heard.
I cannot hear you, Rachel, and I cannot find you on my screen. Maybe you can write to us on the chat.
Okay, fine. Let me do so.
Rachel, you can try to move your microphone closer because we can hear you, but we hear you very silently. So
yes.
No. But still, something doesn't work so well. I'm sorry. So maybe you just could write us the introduction, short introduction in chat. It would be better, I think. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I help somewhere somehow?
No, I think we are just so.
Okay,
Rachel?
you have Rachel from Uganda that she wants to speak. She raised her hand.
It's fine.
Yes. We couldn't
Okay.
hear her very well, so we requested to write in the chat, please. That would be best, and then someone could read and introduce you to us. Okay, Rachel? Thank you. All right. So today, in this course, as Judith started, we are going to talk about slowing down. And in our fund, in our nonprofit organization, it's something that we started to work on about a year ago. And I'm going to bring today mostly how we see it here in Israel. We will talk also generally, but I will bring the Israeli point of view, and I would like to hear throughout the way, throughout our course together, also your point of view. Okay. So I would like to share my slides. Okay, can you see them?
Yeah, they are coming on.
They're loading. Yes, clear.
Perfect. Okay, and we have different people here from different places and different jobs. Everyone is connected somehow to education. And I would like to ask you, from your point of view, is your daily work, is your daily job fast or slow? Do you work to accelerate processes or to decelerate, to slow down the processes? I will ask each and every one of you to please choose one picture that represents your answer. And who would like, please, to read Rachel's, maybe?
מה רציתי להגיד לך? רציתי להגיד לך שהתחלת להגיד לי שכן על הכשרה.
Ira, maybe you can help me to read Rachel's introduction. Or anyone else? Christina?
Yeah.
Can I read for you?
My first picture.
Okay.
The first picture where people are running. I see that the world is not going to be static. It's not as
wait. Sorry. I first would like to give someone to read Rachel's introduction.
Can I read?
Yes, Philip, thank you.
Yes, Rachel is saying, Rachel from Uganda. My name is Rachel from Uganda. I head an international school in Kampala, Uganda. I'm passionate about teaching and I do look forward to learning and try learning. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so before we give all the answers, did you have, let me stop the share. Okay, I want just one or two people, very, very short, in one sentence, to tell me your answer and the photo that you chose. So Christina, you started and I will give you the stage.
I chose running because the work that we are doing, we know that it's not static. The world is not going to be as it is. Every day there is a change. And if you don't run, you cannot catch up with the change that is taking place in the world.
Thank you. Anyone else? Very short answer. Thank you, Christina. Najiba?
I choose parachutist. I suppose they help each other. I think is the best description of our team at this quite complicated times. We've just tried to keep our staff together despite some remote work which was provided during the pandemic, and support each other morally, support each other by kind words, by kind attitude. So my photo is parachutist.
And slowing down or speeding up?
Speeding up.
Okay, thank you. One more person, please.
Silvana.
Okay, yes, Silvana.
I choose the musician way of teaching. So sometimes fast, but sometimes slow. It depends on the situation. So it depends on the students, and it depends on the way they appreciate the lesson or everything that they learn. So I chose that picture.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
you.
So, okay, I will give Philip also the stage very shortly because I'm so interested to hear you.
Yes, I choose two animals. They contradict one another. One is the cheetah, very fast, because of the experience that we had due to COVID. Everything came to a close almost in the school system. And now with slight opening, we want to catch up with the time that we lost. And really, it's a marathon, very fast, just like lightning. But at the same time, I also choose tortoise because they move slowly, surely, because we all were taught a lesson. Despite your plans and the like, COVID came, it shut down everything, and we survived. So we have learned a lesson or two that we need at times also to slow down and rethink, repackage, and restructure our systems. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We
Thank
also
you.
have some answers in the chat. Maybe I can read it out.
Yes, yeah, thanks.
So Mangala writes, very hectic. Every day there is a lot of things, and she chose speedometer. And John from Kenya is writing, my work is very fast with the COVID-19. Choice of picture is leopard. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me get back to the PowerPoint. Okay. Let's move on to the next. I would like to show you, I would like to talk about how we started to talk about slowing down. So as I told you, I'm coming from a non-government, non-profit organization. It's called the Fund for Innovative Education. And what we do is we help teachers, we help education people to do innovation in education. We promote different initiatives by education people, and we help the education become better. And I know that everyone that thinks about innovation, about entrepreneurship, we think about accelerators, hackathons, and marathons, and selling and buying companies. Everything goes very, very, very fast. And to innovate, like one of you told us before, you need to keep up with the pace. You need to be new all the time. And this was our way of thinking until about a little bit more than a year ago, that we asked our education people, what are they looking for from us? What kind of help? And we saw that they are actually asking us to slow down. Okay. As you can see, they asked us to meet with their students. They asked us to develop socio-emotional discourse and to help deepen the learning. And many things, all the things that they asked us is actually showing us that they asked us to slow down. At that time, we also met with a philosopher and a writer. His name is Amit Neufeld, and he wrote the book, The History of Speed. And Judith, I know that you like this book also. So Amit actually is the first person that brought the slow movement to Israel. and we learned a lot from him.
He didn't translate it right yet, right?
No, it's not translated. I looked for it.
No, it's not translated yet. I think that he's in the processing.
Yeah, we are waiting for the English version to go out. So Amit actually helped us to understand about the slow movement in the world and also how we project it to Israel. And we realized that in education, we need a different narrative. We need a change. We need a narrative of deceleration as opposed to acceleration. And this slowing down can give us many qualities and can give the education people many qualities that they are looking for. So generally, about the slow movement in the world, historically, it started with nothing to do about education. It started in the 80s, like Judith said, and it started from a place in Italy, in Rome. It's called Piazza di Spagna. I hope that I'm saying it right. And there was a time in the 80s, in 86, that McDonald's wanted to put McDonald's a restaurant there, and many people started to oppose this McDonald's restaurant in Piazza di Spagna, and some of them were chefs and some of them were local people, and they asked for slow food as opposed to fast food that McDonald's is representing. Why? They said that they want to keep their culture in the place. They want to keep their food fresh and local and unique, and not to have, and healthy also, and not to have many, not to have like a world standard of one kind of food like McDonald's is representing. And they asked to slow down the food. And from this opposition from food, it actually became the slow movement in many, many different realms, many different fields in life, like slowing in career, slow art. For example, in Israel, we have in the Israel Museum of Art, we have a slow sculpture exhibition, which is made out of very little material, and it's very plain. Like also, like you said before, less is more. Very, very few things that you can just sit and reflect and let your thoughts and emotions come up. Slow culture, slow tourism. Do you know the feeling that you go out for vacation and then you come back and you need a vacation from the vacation because you did so many things, you had to do so many things and to be in so many places? If you are not there, it doesn't count. So slow tourism actually started as a tourism that asks to deepen, to go to less places, but to know them better, to give respect to the place that you are going to. Slow consumerism also has to do with less is more, and slow design, many, many fields. But we actually saw that there is not much representation for slow movement in education, at least not in Israel. So we decided to check this and to explore. And we discovered that if we take the slow qualities from the slow movement to education, we get a better education. We get a more nutritious education, an education that is better for the humankind, for the child or for the person to learn, and for more effective learning. And we will talk about it more. There is an Israeli very famous philosopher and education person called Dani Lasri, and he said that slow is actually to check deepening and to check our presence, okay, in the process, and to check the connection to where we are at now. So it's not a matter of speed, it's actually a matter of quality, right? So in Israel, we already developed in the past year, we developed a forum of slow movement in education. And the forum now has a little bit more than 2,000 people, and we meet up every month, and we have many very interesting meetings. Sorry, I'll take a sip of water. In different fields, different subjects that teach us about slow, different ways of thinking about slow. For example, slow education in kindergartens, and slow education using books as a method of slowing down, how literature can help us in the slow movement. Sorry, I'm not used to speaking so much. We are going to have very interesting meetings in the coming future. For example, in the next one, we will focus on principles of school, slowing down in the job of the principal of school. I don't know if it's the same at your place, but in Israel, in the last year, principals and vice principals have been the most busy people, I think, in Israel. Like crazy with the COVID and with everything that goes on. They were very, I really feel sorry for principals in Israel. So we are going to slow in education in many fields. And also we try to open this slow movement to different people and to hear different ways of thinking and to hear different points of view. And what we do with you now, what we are going to do in this course is also part of it. You are the first ones that we teach or that we meet with and talk about this slow movement in education from outside of Israel. And for us, it's very interesting also to hear from you. And I will stop at this point and I will ask you if you have any questions to raise until now. Any thoughts coming up? John? Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayan, for that wonderful presentation and like opening a Pandora's box. Or is it your Pandora's box? What I like is in what you are bringing about, the issue of slowing down. And I want to take my own example. In the last maybe 1-2 months or so after COVID, and my colleague Mate, I think, alluded to this. We were like slowed down because we could not physically meet the teachers that we in service because of the social distance that came with the COVID. But then very fast as Semastea, we thought on new innovative ways to enable us continue with our work. And we got into the online business. And we have been doing online trainings for teachers at secondary level, on ICT, at secondary level. So when you talk of slow down, I am seeing it very applicable in our situation. Like as we are meeting now, we are in another meeting now within a meeting. We have just requested for a room to have this meeting and we are with Mr. Mate close to me here. But if you ask Mr. Mate, he'll tell you he did not even have a weekend. So Mr. Mate needs also to slow down as a trainer, so like the tutors he mentioned, because he's been working on writing another book on STEM. But besides that, even today, as we are now having this meeting and we are within another meeting, by around 3 or 4 p.m. today, we'll have another meeting for STEM principles. And upon that, there are 2 other activities that are following one, bumper to bumper. So I like the word you used, crazy, for principles. I think it really applies to my situation right now. And I was even commenting to one colleague that when we are so much online because of the issues of COVID, then we need to sit down and think of our health. I sit down too much most of the time. I am so much behind the computer, online almost 24/7, and meetings are now online. And Mate calls one, the director calls one, another person calls one. So at times I am in 3 meetings and I'm the same person. So how do I make it? So I see what you are saying to me is very applicable in my own personal work and also in the institution in which I work. And I think this comes really, really at the right time. So I really thank you for that wonderful presentation. To really, I think it's a very good opener to start looking things in a different way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Anyone else would like to ask anything or to say something? Okay, so great. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's really fine. And we will continue. Before we will continue showing some slides, I would like us to go into breakout rooms, because until now, we talked about mostly about how we view what I bring from my knowledge and from our research and thoughts about slowing down. But actually slowing down, this concept, it can be very different also from place to place and also from person to person. And I would like you in the breakout rooms, I will send you a Padlet connection, Padlet link. One moment. I'm sending you on chat a link to Padlet, okay? That you can open.
Mayan, sorry to interrupt you. We have to see if everybody knows the Padlet application.
Yes, I can show you. I will show you on the screen
a little bit about how to use it. Thank you.
Sure, sure. So in the rooms, what I'll ask you to do is first, very, very short introduction if you would like. And then please think about what you see, how slow in education could look in your view. What paradigms, what practices can we use? How can we measure slow education? Okay. What else? Any ideas, any methods that you can use in slow education in your view? And then let me show you how we use the Padlet. Okay. So in the Padlet here, we have a pink. You see a pink circle, pink round thing with the plus sign on it. And then you just press it and then you can write down whatever you would like. You can write down your title and your thoughts together in each room. All right, in each room, just press this and then you can write down. So first, I would like you to talk together. And then after that, I would like you to write down in the Padlet. And then when we come back, we will see what you wrote down. Okay? Okay. So this is a share. It's a shared platform. So whatever you write, everyone else can see also. Yes, you did?
Yeah, later on you will show it, Mayan, right?
Yes, yes.
What we are sharing. By the way, you just have to go on to open again the application, those who did not catch it. And right now we are going to go into break rooms, right? That is what you said, Mayan? Okay.
Yes, 3 people in one
I
room.
think that it's not exactly three people. It will be a little bit more, okay?
No problem.
4 maybe, 4 and something.
No problem.
4.5, depending who is going to be the half. Okay.
Yeah, so we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the room.
10 minutes. Okay, so we are going back on 10 minutes. Okay, so just a moment. I will break up the rooms. Okay, just a moment. Okay, I'm creating them. Those who didn't go still into a room in the Zoom, you just open the window that will be open in front of you, and you say, I agree, and you enter the room. And hopefully everybody understood the indications. Okay, so people go into the rooms. Thank you. אירן. עוד לא, תשארי שם, עדיין תשארי שם. חכי רגע. מה? Do you know how to enter the room? מה? Do you hear us? my view? my view? זאתי לא מעוניינת להיכנס לחדר, או שהיא לא יודעת להיכנס לחדר.
לא, יש לה קצת בעיה עם המסך, אני חשבתי שזה...
אוקיי, בסדר. צ'ארלס from Zambia, are you there? Charles? Charles, are you there? זה אחד החבר'ה המתחכמים. משאירים יאני מסך והולכים הביתה לטייל.
אני מופתעת שיש רק אחד כזה.
לא, בסדר, לפעמים יש יותר, לפעמים יש פחות. תגידי, אירה, את זה?
רגע, אני יכולה פשוט לשים אותו לקבוצה.
לא, תשימי אותו באף מקום, תשאירי אותו.
אוקיי.
אירה,
כן.
שמת זה, קיבלת תשובה משני החבר'ה האלה?
לא קיבלתי תשובה.
אבל השארנו אותם בזה, נכון?
בינתיים כן.
זאת אומרת שהם נכנסו, אוקיי. את רוצה לטייל בחדרים, מעיין?
עוד מעט, בסדר. תן להם לעשות היכרות קודם.
בסדר. אז אני אכנס לראות מה קורה בחדרים של החבר'ה זה. אירה, בואי שנייה רגע אליי, תודה.
אז אני הולכת לחדרים.
בסדר, גם אנחנו ניכנס, אל תיכנסי לארבע, אני אכנס לארבע.
אוקיי.
כרגע, בסדר? מה שנעשה עכשיו, הנה את רואה, בשביל להיכנס לחדר את הולכת לג'וין. עכשיו למה אני הולכת לפה? אני רוצה לראות מי זה, אם הוא בכלל קיים.
משתתף בדיון.
הוא נמצא.
כן.
עכשיו, לא הראיתי לך איך עושים את זה. ספר הבא. מתנצל.
כן, בסדר.
פשוט זה היה מהר.
אני גם צריכה לראות גם סרטון.
גם אפשר. Okay, everybody should be back now.
Perfect. So welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed speaking with each other. And let's see what you wrote down. I really liked, I didn't read everything, but prioritized is important instead of doing everything. Which group wrote it? And if you can tell us one sentence about it.
Our group wrote it. I'm Mangala and Sylvana, Nana, and Rachel. And we were thinking that it's important to have you've got endless lists of things to do. And we can't do everything. So it's really important to prioritize what's really important and to focus on that rather than trying to do everything so quickly that the student no longer understands things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Less content, more strategies or activities to get them to understand the concept. Who wrote it, and would you like to say something about it?
We were thinking of...
it's also you? It's also your group? Okay.
Yeah, I think everything from this is our group.
Okay, yes.
We thought a lot.
No, not everything, not everything. Sorry, there's Philip as well, I can see.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, so I would like to hear a different group that wrote something down, a method or a practice that we can use in slow education. What is slow education to you? What does it mean? Anyone from any other group?
I see that Christiana is raising and John also raising their hands.
Yes, Christiana. I think they are the same group, no? Christiana, please unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
We did not write on the tablet, but we said that, you see, for example, in our country here, because of the COVID, it's like everything is in a speed. We instead of the calendar has been in such a way that the holidays are just a few. But we were saying that the lesson should be more of a practical lesson. When we go to the class, we are having we are facilitating. It should be learner oriented. The learners should come out with what they think, the ideas. They should let it shouldn't be like lecture method where you go and stand there and then you teach them, just do this, do that, do that. It should be learner oriented. And it should also, we should let them know how applicable is it going to be to them in the near future. But if we just go there and then it's like you learn, they study something and they don't know what benefit is it going to, or what benefit it is going to be on them in the near future, they will not take it serious. And most of our lesson has been like that. We just go and then we facilitate and that is all. So the lesson should be more of learner-centered and it should be applicable. We should let them know how applicable it is going to be to them in future.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Christiana.
Yes.
One more person, please, if you could shorten a little bit. And
okay.
Vivian.
Okay,
Vivian.
this is Vivian from this is Vivian from Ghana. And I think training sessions, teaching sections should be more activity-based. We know this youth of today like activities. So in teaching them, in training them, if you could bring on board things that they could relate to in their everyday life, that they could see that in doing this, at least I can apply it when I go home here, I can apply it there, so that our teachings will not be in abstract, they should have an everyday touch to it. That's all I can say. In addition to what Christiana said, I was in the same group.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a good addition. Okay, so like all of you started to think and to research in your mind what it means to slow in education, we did it also, and I want to tell you that we are still doing it. The thinking about slowing in the slow movement in education is still going on, and we still research, and we had many talks until today, and we are still having many talks with very interesting people and many different ideas, and we gathered some main principles and we actually made them into a chart of our main principles of slow education, and I would like to show it to you now. As you could see, I will show you. Moment. Yes, so this is the chart that we made, and as you can see, it's still hand painted, and we don't consider it as the final version. This is what we are using, and we are developing it throughout the time. So I will show you just very different, the concept of what we are thinking when we think about slow education. And I want to tell you, disclaimer, that it's from Hebrew, so maybe the translation is not very, very accurate, but we are doing our best. So if you look on the bottom of the painting, we see the trees. So the trees are the different theories, the different currents in education that we take inspiration from. Okay, so we have, for example, Reggio Emilia, and what else do we have? Anthroposophy, I don't know how to say it in English, they really respect the time and the processes that the child needs to go through in their growing up and in their learning. And we have in Israel, we have also, it's not only in Israel, we have forest schools that the children go outside to learn outside. Learning in the nature, in the local environment is also very connected to slow in education. So these are the trees, and these are the inspirational education currents that we take inspiration from. If you can see above, you can see like the pink fruits. These are actually our goals, our main aims that we do in the education, in slowing in education. So slowing in education, it's not the goal, it's the method, it's the way to get to these fruits. So we want to get to growth, we want to get to enjoyment, to well-being, to engagement and meaning, to have everything more meaningful. What you can see, the bright blue shapes, like deepening, minimalism, these are the principles that slow movement relies on, the slow education relies on. And I would like to talk a little bit more about these principles. It's very similar actually to what you wrote down and to what you talked about in the room. So we talk about deepening, and we talk about localization and minimalism. Let's go through them and talk a little bit more. So minimalism is actually a reaction to consumerism and to the culture of abundance. And we like to think that less is more. For example, art teachers, I don't think that there is anyone who is an art teacher here, right? I don't remember. So art teachers actually say that if you give the students very, very few materials to work with, they become the most creative, and they are the most engaged, and most curious. And this is the way, if you give them less materials to work with, this is the way to keep them interested in the art class, as opposed to many, many, many different materials and colors and many things that they can do. They can get lost. Deepening. When we talk about deepening, we talk about a quality of persistence, exploring, doing researching. We want, like you said, also some of you said it in the groups, we want not to run from subject to subject. We want to learn more deep each subject and to relate to each subject better. Connect to the world of the individual. So we want to focus on the individual. We want to focus on the child, on each child and their own needs. In Israel and in other places in the world, many times the focus is on the study materials, but we want to focus on the person. We want to focus on the students, and this focus gives the students motivation and agency and independence. Localization. You can see if it's localization or localism. Localization, very similar to slow in food. So we would like to keep the variation, but the variation needs to be very local. So healthy, more healthy education, more local, place-based learning. So then we can keep and we can see all the different ways of thinking and all the different bases that we grow on. And we can see the environment influence on us. So it's very important also. Oh, my PPT is stuck. Why? Okay, so reflection is also something that is very important in slowing. This is something that we took from the cultures of the East, like meditation, mindfulness. It allows us to concentrate and to reflect and to better understand, better to relate the things that we do. And maybe the most important one, maybe the most important principle of them all is relationships. Also, many of you said that the COVID actually changed our lives and changed our perspectives. And what I could see best about the COVID and education is that relationships, especially in education, became so important. And meeting with people, engagement with people became so important. And what we think is that a teacher needs to be able to tell us at least 7 minutes about each student, okay? The teachers need to know their students. They need to have relationships with their students. The students need to be seen. They need to feel that someone sees them and someone knows them for real and knows their needs, and that develops dialogue and it develops real good relationships. And all of this actually relates, oh, sorry. Yeah, all of this actually relates also to what you wrote and what we talked about during our session. We just have a few more minutes. I would like to say that in our course, in the next sessions, we will deepen, we will slowly but surely deepen into these different principles, and we will make the conception, sorry. We will make the conception of slow education into something practical, something that we can take to our daily work and see how we can use it and how we can make education better for ourselves and for our students. So I would like to, in conclusion, if you could write in the chat, please, and if we will have time, I will give 1 or 2 people to speak, a question that you have about slow in education, slow movement in education. After this session that you are going out with a question from this session. What is the question that interests you? What would you like to know? Or what is something that maybe you didn't understand well? Just raise a question, please. And we might use these questions in the future.
Okay, meanwhile we are waiting. That's good. Everybody, that's good. We are getting the questions little by little. I think it's good to go with a question.
Yes.
One thing that I learned, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Go, Mayan, sorry.
I just want to say if there is someone that would like to speak their question, that would like to say something, we can allow.
Oh, you have several questions. You are going to be very busy this week.
It's very interesting.
Yes, they are. I just wanted to add that some years ago, somebody told me that the main issue as an educator is to ask questions to yourself, not looking only for answers. The secret is to know what question to ask.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I would like to hear you. So if there is one or two people that would like to share their question with us.
Yeah, can I go first?
Yes.
Yes, Philip, please.
Yes, this is a very interesting topic, slow education. And as we said in the beginning, I like that statement that the slowness is not about speed, but quality. That is something that I've taken home with me. Now, the question that is coming or arising is the policies that we have in place and the expectations of their curriculum. I'm thinking deep inside myself. I think I've started the slow education because I'm doing the reflection. How do we balance so that we have a hybrid between, acquiring the slowness or that slow education and the curriculum expectations? I think that is what is in my mind. Thank you.
Good question. Thank you, Philip. Anyone, Najiba, you would like to raise your question?
Yeah, thank you so much. My question is about the state policy. If I'm clearly understand, this is the method, yes? So is this method approved at the state level in Israel due to COVID-19 pandemic? Or it is, let's say, general trend, which was accepted years before, but have new, let's say, actuality due to the pandemic, due to the recent challenge? And if there's some, let's say, templates or maybe practical examples how to use this method in education. Someone else, or if I'm not mistaken, asked about the practical materials.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will leave it
Cristiano, do you want to ask your question?
Yes, it's not. I just want to know if we are going to have some slides.
Yes, you are going to get all the presentations. I will explain about it in a moment, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will collect the questions.
Yes.
And for now, Judith, the stage is yours. I would like to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
It has been very interesting for me. And I'm looking
Please stay
forward.
with us just for a few moments more. Everybody, you too, Mayan, it will be great for us, only if you are just, I just want to add several things. If you remember, thank you, John. Yes, a big applause to Mayan, and thank you for her, of course. I just want to remind you that if you remember in the mail that we sent you that you were being accepted to the course, we were asking for you to have Gmail addresses. That is for you to be able to use the Google Classroom. I'm going to write down here in the chat the address of the Google Classroom for you to join. Okay, you will be able to join only if you have a Gmail address. That is those are the laws of the Google Classroom. So that is the reason we have been asking for a Gmail address, and here it is, the link to the Google Classroom. And another thing is, just for a better communication between all of us and a better interaction, and for different issues that we want to share, we will have a chat, a WhatsApp group. Okay, if you agree. And here is the link for the WhatsApp group. It goes now. I will put it in the chat. Just a moment, please. Here it goes in the chat. Okay, to enter the group of the WhatsApp chat. Okay, can you see them? You just can copy them and just enter inside.
Yeah, we can see them.
Okay, thank you. So I think, and we are through the Google Classroom, we are going to share the presentations, and we are going to share different materials about the subject and about the different things that we are going to do. So that is the main issue. And again, thank you for coming today. Thank you, Maayan. Maayan, את יכולה להישאר?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very
and
much.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Be on time. And those who had some issues with the cameras, try to check up for the next time. It was really nice to have you with us. And the most important thing, please keep safe, keep healthy, and with a big, big smile, everybody. Yes, Christiana, you want another question?
No. I was just applauding.
Okay. I thought that you're raising your hand. Sorry, that it looks the same. Okay, thank you, everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for this very interesting meeting.
Thank
Bye.
you.
And please, the WhatsApp link. Can I have the WhatsApp link, please?
Is in the chat. Look in the chat. You can see it there. I can put it again. Here it goes.
Once you copy it somewhere, it's okay.
That is for the WhatsApp chat. Okay? The last one.
Okay.
Everybody. Okay? It will be nice to have you here with us. See you. אל תסגרי עדיין.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you, John.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Vivian, everybody.
That's great.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. AD טביליסי הזה, יש לי הרגשה שהוא לא קיים באמת. אוקיי, בואי נתחיל לשים אותם בחדר המתנה. איך היה לך, מעיין?
בסדר, היה טוב נראה לי. היה ממש מעניין.
ממש כיף, כן. תקשיבי, לגבי השאלה ששאלה, איך קוראים לה? בחורה מאזרבייג'אן?
כן, אני יודעת.
שכחתי, כן. זאת עם הקוריקולום ועם כל הדברים, ואם זה היה קודם ואם זה היה אחר כך ועם כל הדברים.
כן.
אנחנו, את השיעור החמישי, אנחנו מדברים על 5 שיעורים. אתם עושים 4, אנחנו מוסיפים את החמישי.
כן.
הנה, את רואה שהטיביליסי הזה קיים. מעניין לדעת, צריכים לראות מי זה.
אז אני הוצאתי אותו עכשיו.
את הוצאת אותו? חשבתי שהוא יצא לבד, אוקיי. או היא. בכל אופן, מה שרציתי להגיד לך, להציע לך, תראי, בשיעור ה50, מה שאני עושה, מה שאנחנו עושות, זה בעצם מין שיעור יותר כללי, עם קצת יותר אינפוטס בתחום החינוך של מה שקורה כרגע, מין אינוביישנס כזה, וכל הנושא של מה שקורה ב-OECD, קצת את יודעת מכל מיני דברים, אבל אני גם מסבירה קצת על מדינת ישראל.
אוקיי.
אז למשל כתשובה לדבר הזה שהיא שאלה, אני מניחה שאת יודעת, אבל זה חלק מזה של הגמישות שקיימת במערכת החינוך, למרות שאנחנו כל הזמן אומרים שזה לא קיים, בכל זאת יש איזושהי גמישות ואוטונומיה שקיימת, שמאפשרת לכל מנהל בית ספר או מנהלת בית ספר כן להכניס את הדברים האלה לתוך המערכת, גם אם זה לא, כלומר, זה לא חייב לבוא מלמעלה, זה יכולה להיות בחירה רוחבית ומלמטה. אז אפשר, זה אני חושבת שבאמת התשובה הכי מעניינת. עכשיו, אני אשלח לך את השאלות.
אוקיי, האמת שגם העתקתי אותן, אבל כן, תשלחי לי.
אם העתקת אז עוד יותר, בסדר, אם כבר העתקת.
לראות שלא פספסתי כלום, לא יודעת.
אנחנו נשלח לך את מה שהצלחנו להעתיק. אוקיי, גם ככה זה יורד לנו מהזה.
מעולה.
משהו הערות.
אני עוצרת עכשיו את ההקלטה, נכון? לא עצרנו.
כן.